Hello, this is Maritza Navío, and in this video we are going to work in the traffic acquisition focus on organic searches. So we are going to dive into the Google Search Console report on Google Analytics 4. Why? Because sometimes we do really need to know how people are accessing to our website. And among all the traffic acquisition channels and among all the traffic acquisition sources, we are going to discover that most of the informative website and even the e-commerce website, one of the main source of traffic is Google, so that one of the main channels of traffic is organic search. This means that there are going to be a big percentage of people that are going to search for one specific keyword on Google, then they are going to click in your search snippet in order to go to your website. This is going to be considered organic search traffic and from the source of traffic of Google, okay? But how can we really analyze this traffic in order to get the most advantages of this information to optimize our website and our SEO strategies? Well, the best thing if we are just focusing on SEO is working with Google Search Console. That, as we know, is an application, a free application for owners of website that Google gives to us in order to analyze a lot of different reports related to SEO. In some of these reports that are in the section of performance search results, we are going to find a lot of information about the different kind of keywords that people have typed when coming to our website, analyzing not just the keywords themselves, but also the total number of clicks that our snippets has had when we have appeared for these keywords, the number of impressions of our snippet, search snippet when people have typed these keywords, and also the average CTR or the average position of our snippets. But instead of going just to Google Search Console to dive into the reports devoted to SEO, we can also work with this information on Google Analytics 4. The only thing that we have to go is by working in the admin of our analytics by our analytics account, we need to include the report of Google Search Console among our sections. When we have included it, because this is not going to be included by default, we are going to find that we have two reports here, the report of queries and the report of organic search traffic. The difference between these two reports is that in the report of queries, we are going to be able to see all the keywords that people are typing when we appear on Google, so that when our snippet of our website appear, people are going to type one of these keywords and they are going to land, if they click, in our website. Once people click and land in our website, this is going to be our organic search traffic coming from the source of Google. So we are going to be able to analyze this in this report. On the other hand, when we click on Google organic search traffic, where we are going to see among other different kind of dimensions, the most important one is going to be the landing page and query string, okay? And in this dimension, we are going to be able to see the different kind of pages in which people land after searching on Google for one specific keyword and landing in our website, okay? And especially we're going to see the slug of the URL of those landing pages, okay? Landing pages only coming from organic search, only from the source of Google. So queries is the keywords that they are using, and organic search traffic are the pages in which they have landed, okay? So apart from having a look to these two type of reports, we can also have a look to the different kind of metrics and dimensions of those reports, okay? In the queries, we have different kind of dimensions that all we are going to include organic Google search query, which are the keywords, countries from which people are accessing to our website by using Google, and also the devices, the device category, like tablets, desktop or mobile, even a smart TV, that people are using when accessing. But the most important one is going to be this in this specific report, okay, the queries. In this regard, we are going to have the four main metrics for SEO, or in general terms, organic searches traffic, okay? So which are those metrics? The first one is organic search clicks. This is the number of clicks received by a Google search result that generates a visit to the site, okay? So if people click, of course, this is going to be a visit, because a session, they are going to start a session, a visit to one specific page, because as soon as they click, the client, the browser is going to ask to the server of the website for one specific page. And this is going to generate not just an event of session start, but also an event of page view. On the other hand, we have the organic Google search impressions, which is the number of times that the web results appeared in the organic search. This means that the total number of times that our snippet or search snippet has appeared when people type this specific keyword. Okay, remember the vast amount of keywords that we have here. This means that the total number of times, the total number of different keywords that people are using, okay? So this is the total number of appearances and the total number of clicks that this appearance has had, okay? In order to relate these two specific metrics, we also have another metric, which is called organic search results, or in Google, organic Google search click-through rate, CTR, okay? This is the CTR, which means that clicks divided by the impression and multiplied by 100, okay? On the other hand, we have the organic search average position, which is the average position occupied by the results of the web every single time people type one specific keyword, okay? So this means that in order to see the number of clicks, for example, every single time that people has typed a scamper and we have appeared normally from the 6th and the 7th position, and this has generated more than 60,000 impressions, 60,000 appearances. And from all these 60,000 appearances, only 362 times people have clicked on this result. This is normal because we are not appearing in the first 2 or 3 top position, okay? This generates a CTR of 0.6%, okay? What else do we need to know with regard to those metrics? If we go not just from the queries, but the organic search traffic report, which means the specific pages that people have landed, we are going to find that we can include more apart from these 4 metrics, okay? And we can personalize our reports in order to include different kind of metrics that are compatible with this specific report. But what is important apart from this, okay? Apart from understanding that we can have a look to the pages that people land or the keywords that people are using, it is also really useful to have secondary dimensions that allow us to really know what's going on in each of the pages that we want to analyze. Imagine that we are really interested in analyzing this specific page, okay? And only this specific page. We can include this page here. To only see the result of this page, okay? And after including this, we can add a secondary dimension. For example, the countries from which people are visiting this specific page. And we can have a look in order to know, once people land on this page coming from Google for organic searches on Google, which is the country from our visitors, okay? What is the things that we need to know in this regard? That by using this information, we can really know how to improve these metrics by optimizing our content. For example, if we want to, let's go to the other report. If we want to improve metrics related to the average position or the impressions, the appearances, The most important thing is improving on-page and off-page SEO. So we are going to undertake different kind of optimization in our content in order to be able to appear on Google. And also we are going to try to work with SEO off-page in order to get backlinks that is going to impulse a lot the appearances. Not just the number of times that we appear, but also the position in which we appear, because the higher the position, the more chances then we have in order to have clicks. Okay, so what do we need to do if we want to improve the clicks or the CTR? Okay, in order to do so, we can have two options. When working with basic snippet, that remember the basic snippet is a snippet just comprised of a meta title and a meta description. We do need to optimize the meta title and the meta description so that we can have CTAs, we can improve the keywords that match with the keywords that people are using here, we can avoid them to be cropped, we can include CTAs, and we really need to have a value proposition really clear in the meta description and the meta title. But what is going to happen that sometimes instead of appearing as a basic snippet, we want to appear as a rich snippet. This is an sponsored one, but imagine that this would be organic and this include one specific picture or reviews or something. In order to appear with this, we need to work with the optimization of the schema.org tagging language, okay? Because this is going to have a more visual impact. So more visual impacts always lead to a better CTR. And it also, it is really, really good in order to occupy more and more space here. So we have more chances of increasing the CTR. Well, I hope this video has helped you a lot in order to understand how we can work with Google Analytics 4 and SEO strategies by working with the Search Console reports. Thank you.